Hello, my name is Kevin. I am a lawyer with 15 years of experience, and now I will tell you what to do if your Sterling background check failed. We often see such situations when there are false facts in the Sterling background check report, which only cause problems for our clients. It can be anything from lack of understanding to administrative mistakes to repercussions affecting both reputation and future life. A lot of times, clients find out to their dismay that the Sterling background check has failed, and they do not know what to do in such a situation and how to fix their reputation. During our practice, there have been instances where false data regarding the criminal history of the applicant, errors in personal details, or misinterpretations about the educational background and work experience were too much for success in seeking employment. We are fully convinced that every person deserves his chance to be able to represent themselves honestly, and this is our goal. The problem of false data in Sterling Infosystems background checks is one that we struggle with every day. So we make use of our knowledge and the recommendations gained by experience, also by use of legislation. We strongly recommend you not to postpone settling this problem and to look for the professional help of the lawyer. What does Sterling background check look for? The Sterling background check process is complex and involves multiple aspects, including criminal records, identity verification, employment history, education verification, drug testing, and much more. This process is super critical for many organizations and companies that are considering hiring. You may also need a little understanding of how it works to make your case better and defend yourself. Durability. The time to complete a Sterling background check may vary, depending on the volume and depth of the checks. On average, the process takes from several days to several weeks, known as the Sterling background check time. Clothing items. Sterling criminal background checks review multiple aspects, such as criminal records, history of employment, education, drug test results, and much more. Sources of information. The inquisition is carried out by using both public and private databases of information, such as court records, records from law enforcement agencies, and records from the educational institutions. Rights of the candidate. It's important to know that every person has the right of access to information collected under the process of the background check and can ask to correct any information in case of false information. It's important to understand these elements so that you are ready to respond to any questions and problems related to the Sterling background check. If there are any issues or problems with the process of Sterling background check, you should consult with our specialists to get expert assistance and protect your rights. Why is there a need for a precise background check? There can be no way of overstating the importance of the accuracy of the background checks. Such errors can pave the way for wrong employment opportunities, denial of job positions, hindrance to career prospects, and even legal damages. One should know that each detail in the report of the past carries with it significance in making decisions on future employment opportunities, financial institutions, and educational institutions. Influence on employment. Incorrect information in the background check may close the door of new opportunities for work, regardless of whether such opportunities would genuinely have been available. Legal implications. Mistakes can also bring as consequences violations of your rights if the information used in the report is inappropriate. Reputation risk. Even the slightest error in its smallest version might get malicious to your name, poisoning public opinion about you. Emotional impact. The lack of confidence and stress brought by such wrong information can have an almost unbearable influence on your emotional state. Financial losses. Technical failures in background checks may lead to financial loss and further expenses for legal assistance. Every person who has ever received incorrect information in the analysis should realize that it has the right to correct false data. Possible errors and their consequences. Background checks and errors that this type of search usually finds in candidates is really dangerous for a person under a review. Inaccurate information may not just make it impossible to get desired employment, but can also bring harm to one's reputation and future plans of living. Consider some of the common errors with the consequences. Inaccuracies concerning previous criminal cases. Criminal cases that occurred in the past but later not that person has worked or gone through education at all may pose a serious issue of rejection from employment. Incorrect facts about past work and education. Errors in the chronology of work or education. Mistakings when it comes to the designation of positions and areas of specialization can provoke the mistrust of the applicant in terms of all the information he provides. Induction of similarity by different surnames. often occurs when someone's information with the same surname is mistakenly entered into your report. Outdated or irrelevant information. The fact that you should not take into account the information that is already outdated, or this information was outdated, e.g., an extremely old criminal court judgment in your report. Consequences of the aforementioned errors may be devastating, from loss of trust in the candidate to prosecuting offending people. Life stories. Let us explore some real-life scenarios to understand how errors in background checks can actually impact an individual's life. For example, Anthony's suit or an unjustifiable suit. Anthony was flabbergasted when he discovered that there was an error in showing up on a wrong suit in his background check. This became the factor for denying him access to the job he so much desired. Upon contacting us, we corrected the error, and his professional status was restored. Lisa's errors in education. The fact that in Lisa's record, it was wrongly reported that she did not graduate with a master's degree, even though she has. This information seemed to have thwarted all her job-finding efforts. Our team resolved this problem when we helped correct the information, which allowed her successfully to secure employment. Thomas's case of mistaken identity. Thomas found himself in a very serious predicament when he was linked with a person who had an abominable criminal history. This made all kinds of trouble in the search for employment. We managed to clean up the confusion and clean up his reputation, and it worked. Rebecca's outdated information. For Rebecca, the records they had shown in their background check were archaic data that should no longer have affected her employment prospects. With our help, it got corrected, and Rebecca was able to pursue further her career without the extra hurdles. James's mishaps with company history. Records in a person's sterling background check status were wrong about James in terms of work experience and gave him the wrong history. The accuracy issues resulted in a missed promotion. We helped James clean up the errors and make corrections to his file to address this mistake, and in turn, this allowed him to be promoted to a senior position. These examples show how important the accuracy of information is in background checks and the complications that might arise out of the occurrence of their errors. How to fix the problem by yourself. First of all, you need to get a copy of your background check. The first step is to make a request for a copy of your background check from the organization that conducted it. By law, it is your right to obtain such information. Take a look at your check. Check every single part of the report for any kind of mistake or inaccuracy. All the parts, starting from the history of employment to the criminal history, education, etc. Let your eyes trace errors and mistakes. Identify those points where inaccuracies are noticed or the given information about precedent employment, education, and more is not correct. Gather all evidence. For each detected mistake, prepare specific documents that confirm information in one form or another. It can be a court statement, records of companies where you have worked, educational certificates, and so on. Write the complaint. Make an application to the company sterling with indicated errors and attach all evidence. Write your request in the letter for the correction of inaccurate information. Follow the process. After sending out the request to correct the wrong information, keep the company sterling informed as to what progress has been made. You may be asked to provide more documents or information. Check the updated report. Once you have received a notification from Sterling on the changes made, request an updated version of your background check to ensure the changes have indeed been made and the report is accurate. By following these steps, you will fix all the problems in your background check by yourself. Of course, if the process is too difficult or if your company doesn't respond, do not hesitate to resort to professional legal help. Our team is at your service to fight for the best you deserve and get your story heard in court. What are the benefits to our legal company? Considering the legal help we offer in cases concerning your problems over a background check, this can be the very first decision that will help you restore your legal rights. Have a look at the advantages of cooperating with our company. Expertise in Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA laws. We know the subtleties of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, that determines the process of background check, and it is useful to you. So we will take advantage of this knowledge to your advantage. Free legal advice. Our services are free, so, in the event of a successful decision, the adversarial side is obliged to compensate for all the costs. Wide portfolio of successful cases. We have a rich portfolio of cases of successful application of our correction of errors in background check and defense of customers' rights. Personalized approach. Each case is unique for us. We study your case in details, with a view to proffering the most effective solutions. Over 100 satisfied clients. Our reputation is backed by grateful reviews from our clients, whom we had helped overcome their problems. Over $1 million in compensation. We don't just help restore justice, but also gain compensation for the moral and financial damage done to the person. If you face problems with incorrect information on a background check, do not hesitate. Seek help from professional legal experts. That will be your ticket to quickly and successfully overcome the situation. Contact us today to start working on your case and let us help you regain your trust and confidence for your future. Contact us. Delay not in the task of this problem. The sooner you come to us with a request for help, the quicker you will reach a decision and move on with your dreams and goals. Connect with us. It's easy. Simply fill out the application form on our website or call us at the given number. Our contact information is in the description. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Take care and succeed.